let's see about the image frequency. This concept is very important. So what happens, let's say your mixer input is the message is spectrum, which looks like this, and this is message 1, 2 and 3. Now let's say your receiver is tuned to this frequency, means 600 kilohertz, which is fs is equal to 600 kilohertz. This is second message, and this is, let's say, this is the message which you don't want, and this is a image station. This is the image is the station which is tuned to 1600K is producing this image, and we don't want this image actually. Okay, so this is called, this frequency 1600 kilohertz called as image frequency, which causes interference. How it causes, we will see. So now what happens, let's say your IF amplifier response looks like this, means it has a center frequency of 500 kilohertz and bandwidth is 10 kilohertz. Okay, let's say. So at the output of the mixer you will want the response should be centered at 500 kilohertz. So how your mixer output will come, it will come like this. Since you want your output of the mixer to be centered at 500 kilohertz, your FL minus FS is IF, so FL can be calculated as IF plus FS, where IF will be 500 kilohertz and FS, you know, it's 600 kilohertz, so FL will be equal to 100 kilohertz. Means mixer will down convert each and every frequency, center frequency, minus 1100K. Okay, down frequency. So 600K minus 1100, sorry, FL minus FS it will do, because down conversion. So 1100 minus 600 means 500K, 1000K, 1100K minus 1000K is 100K, then 1100K minus 1600K, that comes out to be again 500K. So you can see this and this signal are getting the same bandwidth and center frequency is 500K. So this is as if message 1 and message 2 are getting interferenced. You can see at the mixer output, which was not before before mixer. So you can see this frequency, image frequency 1600K, is causing an interference with 600K here at the mixer output, and we don't want this, because if this interference will occur, we won't be able to recover our signal back, and this second signal is as it is, no problem, and the center frequency is 100K when you did the subtraction, it came out to be 100K. It's okay, but these two are getting interference, so we don't want this. Okay, we try to suppress this image. That is why we have to know the image frequency, which will cause interference with our message signals, so that we can suppress this message frequency. Okay, whatever the terms are coming, whatever response is coming at this frequency, we will suppress it. That's why we want the knowledge of image frequency, so that we will compress and we won't be having any difficulty in recovering our original signal back. Okay, so that is the concept of image frequency, and we should be knowing this. So hence here you can see 1600K station is causing an interference with 600K station, so 1600K is said to be image frequency of 600K. Okay, so I hope things are clear. Okay, how it is getting interferenced. Now what we can do to suppress the image frequency is you can use a tuned amplifier before the mixer. Okay, so this is your antenna, this is your RF amplifier, which is also act as a tuned amplifier. Then there is one tuned amplifier which we added before mixer to suppress the FSI. This is your mixer local oscillator, IF amplifier, which is also a kind of tuned amplifier. Then there is demodulator, audio frequency amplifier, and power amplifier. Then this is local oscillator. Now this is how it will look like. when we add tuned amplifier to suppress image frequency, and this figure is for practical super heterodyne receiver, and this is your antenna. Okay, so now we gonna study this. Now you can calculate the value of image frequency mathematically, okay, by these expressions. So FSI is equal to FL plus IF. This is the one way of calculating image frequency, where FSI is image frequency, FL is local oscillator frequency, IF is intermediate frequency. Okay, if you put the value of FL, that is FS plus IF, you will get Fs plus 2IF FSI. You can calculate with this expression as well, okay, where Fs is station frequency. So if you know FL and IF, you can use this expression, and if you know Fs and IF, you can use this expression. FSI is your image frequency. Okay, so just take an example what we were doing before. IF was our 500k, Fs was equal to 600k. So FSI is equal to 600 plus 2 into IF, that is 1000k, that comes out to be 1600k. Okay, so this is how you can calculate the value of FSI mathematically. Let's look at the gain characteristics of tuned amplifier which we are using for suppressing FSI. So this is how our circuit looked like: RF amplifier, mixer, and local oscillator, IF amplifier, and this is the tuned amplifier we are using to suppress FSI. Now this is a general tuned amplifier. Okay, now the one we are using at IF amplifier, that is standard tuned amplifier, which means its frequency is centered at 455 kilohertz and bandwidth is 10 kilohertz. Okay, here the characteristics of tuned amplifier is general and it looks like this. So the amplitude is 10 at Fs and amplitude is 0.1 at FSI, where Fs at the input of the tuned amplifier is 600 kilohertz, FSI is 1600 kilohertz, both having amplitude 10 volt and 10 volt. So what will happen at the output of this tuned amplifier? The frequency will not change. Fs will and FSI will be equal to 600k and 1600k, but the amplitude will change. This guy will multiply with the amplitude of this, so 10 into 10 we will get 100 volts, and then FSI gets multiplied to this, the amplitude gets multiplied to 0.1, so you will get 1 volt at the output of this tuned amplifier. So you can see we have suppressed the amplitude of the signal at FSI is equal to 1600 kilohertz and amplified the signal at Fs equal to 600 kilohertz. So that is how you reject or suppress FSI. Okay, the whatever is in coming at frequency FSI, you have decreased the amplitude. Okay, now to suppress the frequency component FSI, you can even have cascaded tuned amplifiers. It will suppress more what we were suppressing before. So the characteristic of those both the tuned amplifier TA1, TA2 has to be same. Okay, so now if you will input the signal from here with FSI, Fs equal to 600k and FSI is equal to 1600k with amplitude 10 volt and 10 volt, then at the output of TA2 what you will get, Fs is equal to 600k, FSI is equal to 1600k, but the amplitude has becomes 10 into 10 into 10 at FSI, that is 1000 volts, and at FSI it becomes 10 into 0.1 into 0.1, that comes out to be 0.1. Okay, so you can see I have even suppressed the component at FSI, and we have amplified the component at Fs, which is our interest. So that is how you can suppress even more the FSI component. Okay, likewise even if you want more, you can add one more tuned amplifier. Obviously the characteristics of all three of them should have to be same. Okay, so it depends upon how much you want to suppress. So with two cascaded tuned amplifier, we get almost satisfying results. So now adding tuned amplifiers before mixer will change the bandwidth requirement what we were having previously from IF amplifier, but still nothing will change. The bandwidth variations of TA from actual of 10 kilohertz will be again compensated by the operation of IF amplifier, so that the selectivity of super heterodyne receiver will still be good. Okay, so it's not like adding tuned amplifier before mixers will change the bandwidth requirements. The IF amplifier will take care of the bandwidth what we were having before, and now also it will take care. Okay, so that is one thing. Now we know about image frequency. So there is something called image rejection ratio. We can now look into that. So image rejection ratio specifies the effectiveness of tuned amplifier in suppressing the image station or image frequency. Okay, so this quantity in IIR or image rejection ratio tells you how good it suppresses the image frequency. The tuned amplified, how the tuned amplifier before mixer suppresses the image frequency, how good. Okay, that is what it means. So now it is defined, it is represented by alpha IRR, and it is defined as gain offered by tuned amplifier to frequency Fs divided by gain offered by tuned amplifier to FSI. Okay, this is how it is defined. Now alpha can be written as equal to GFS, which is gain offered by TA to Fs divided by gain offered by TA to FSI. Okay, this is the definition. Now you can also write in this way: alpha is equal to under root 1 plus rho q square. I don't get into the derivation how it came. This is the definition. You can think alpha can also be defined as under root 1 plus rho q square, where q is your quality factor of tuned amplifier, and rho is defined as FSI upon Fs minus Fs upon FSI, where FSI is your image frequency and Fs is your station frequency. Okay, so that is how you can calculate the value of alpha, either two of them, and the more the value of alpha, the better the suppression of image frequency will be. Okay, so alpha needs to be very high. Now if you have multiple tuned amplifiers in cascade, then what happens? If TA is connected in cascade, then alpha will be equal to alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, which is individual alphas of tuned amplifier. Okay, so this can also be written as under root 1 plus rho square q square into under root 1 plus rho square q square dot dot dot, like this. So here we are assuming that the tuned amplifier characteristics are same, means they have same, all the tuned amplifiers have same quality factor. Then you can write in this way. Okay, if the tuned amplifier has different characteristics, then the quality factors will be different, and then you can define in this way. Okay, alpha under root 1 plus rho square q1 square into under root 1 plus q square rho square q2 square, and likewise it can go, depends upon how many tuned amplifier you have connected in cascades. So this is for first, second, third, fourth, like this. So that is how you define image rejection ratio. So I hope you got a clear picture, okay, of measuring how to suppress image frequency.